pretty much a given who's going to win here. But, ooh, he evades me. Alright, well, winner takes all, I suppose. But they're going to be fighting me, and I'm pretty good in the fire phase. And we all know which phase comes first. Alright, and that's Revel down, which is awesome. And Riga's down as well. Now, when I take Riga, which I will because I'm a monster, we're not looking at much aggressive expansion either. These aggressive expansion modifiers I've managed to clock up are really helping us out here. Should I take it for me or for my subject, though? Would it be more if I went to my subject, I wonder? It's not much for Livonia to worry about. No, not at all. And yeah, he would have to core it, and I will be integrating him anyway, so that works for me. Riga's still a great province, but yeah, I'd rather Livonia dealt with all the coring and stuff. We are cored out around here. Incidentally, there's only one province I'm after myself here. And it's nice that since I fight the war on my own, it's just me getting involved in that. So here you go, Riga. Here you go, Livonia. Please enjoy. And we don't have to worry about his fleet either. Which means when it comes to a fleet, all we have to worry about is the Livonian one, which is still far bigger than anything I have. So that's a thought as well, isn't it? Alright, finally they decided to engage us. We are flanked, however. But luck is on my side as usual. Where are they gonna run? Well, he's gonna run around over here, most likely. I find that a likely path, but let's chase him down nonetheless. There we go, he's dead. You are dead, dead, dead. Curses. He had that one unit coming in which had a sliver of morale, but we also know where he's running to, so too bad for him. You are dead. Tough luck, tough love. Never thought about it, but what about expanding into Lubeck and all of this? Yeah, that's what the world thinks of that. Regrettable. But perhaps I could spit out somebody who's a bit more, shall we say, sympathetic to our cause? I mean, all of this is Hanseatic land. I could spit out 2 guys from Lubeck and then subjugate the 2 of them. Then again, isn't the whole HRE thing gonna get in the way? Yeah, probably. We're 100%ing Lubeck. What do you mean he's too expensive for us to handle? You need every province there eventually, says a word of wisdom. Don't be a coward, Jake. Take the Hansa and tank the coalition. Please, this is not the Greater Denmark run. We do not need to tank all these coalitions. Hungary entered a military alliance with Lubeck. Well, you're too late. I, however, should really be working on my improved relations. I don't know why I keep bringing them back. Probably for all these peace deals that I want. Alright, so he's definitely stopping us getting to Ocel. But that's no big deal, really. Neither of these guys are big enough, which is sad. Don't mind the Boyars being that happy. I don't even know where Zhytomyr is. Let's learn a thing today. Oh, yes. Oh, terrible. Oh, it's nice to have some prosperity for a change. Some places are even starting to gain the stuff. Kostroma is not one of those places, but it will be. Swedes just hanging around there because they don't know what to do. That's fine by me. I love Swedes being lost. Unless, of course, they're getting involved in some other big wars. Okay, they're defending against Aragon. Yeah, they don't want it. Okay, what to do here? Where's more important? The answer is, of course, Lubeck itself. It needs 15 people to siege it down. So we just leave behind a single person there and work on Lubeck. Manpower's taken a bit of a hit because I have very, very clearly not been relying on mercenaries for this run. This is intentional. As in, I am intentionally handicapping myself, which is pretty much what it is. Okay, this is fine. How are you even getting around here? I guess he's got conditional access because he's in war with the Ottomans, who does have access through me. Fair enough. I got a military tech reduction cost there, which I may as well put into use. But it's so expensive right now. So expensive. Oh, and I think I'm still paying for this encouraged development, right? We could have a little bit more, just a little bit. And then no edict for you. I want that money. And I need that manpower for sure. Okay, that is why Savoy can beat off coalitions left and right. Just casually throwing 42k up to Hamburg just to show me their strength. Well, I mean, joke's on me, I suppose. Give you what you need to siege, the rest can just hang out around here. There's no particular rush on this war. Lubeck is indeed my target, but Livonia won't hold out forever. I wonder if I could engage these ships. No, I'd get ravaged. Would be nice if Novgorod took care of this, but there's no chance of doing that. Alright, Danes versus the Teutons could be useful. What's he planning here? Teutonic Order East Frisia Ragusa, Danish conquest of Danzig. Well, it just so happens that I also want that. Can I interest you in some... No, he doesn't want military access. I mean, he can get through Brandenburg anyway, and he has a mighty navy, so I don't think he's going to be too shattered that I don't help him out there. Jake, how will you resist not taking the money? Not impossible. Jake, don't create more tags in the HRE. Why? Jake, if you had the chance, would you own an actual ducat? Of course. I'd love to find one, but I wouldn't even know where to start. Short of raiding a museum, but given how easy it is to steal a 100 kilogram solid gold coin, maybe I could give it a go. They were caught, of course, but the coin never returned. Fools. Well, I like making all this money. That much is a given. I like having this newfound influence in... Okay, Lubeck still have the power because they have the titular Lubeck. Not forever, though. Oh! Somebody just made things a little easier for me. Because the Danes are involved. No, that's not the Danes. It's not the Danes at all. Whatever, just get your arse over there. Just can't be stopped. Blockade impact on siege. Not really much of a point to that, but I don't use Merc, so Merc discipline is not very useful for me either. Well, I like this, so we'll take it. Check that blockade impact. And this is where the control both sides allows movement rule really helps me. Those boats can't stop us. Funnily enough, this is exactly what I want to do to you. So we'll bring back the Novgo man. And we say, yeah, I'll be having that. And then they say, please do. Love having this reduction to, you know, aggressive expansion reduction. Will you do that punishment game anytime soon so you won't be held back, Jake? Yes. I don't know what you mean by anytime soon, but I suspect this week. I don't have anything planned whatsoever until tomorrow evening. And even then it's just a bit of DDR. Friday's free, Saturday's free, Sunday's half free, and then like a whole week of no plans. It's amazing this being on Swedish vacation lark. The National Bank is probably also amazing. Let's take it. Because we are going to be getting just a bit of an inflation, courtesy of the Bank of Lubeck. There's really little point not to 100% disposo. Only needs 12. I'll give them 14 just in case we have a bit of a mishap. Isn't today running day? Today is Wednesday, so yeah, you're right, it is running day. I am on vacation, I probably shouldn't get in the way of running. Why is Sweden fighting England, Jake? Well, Sweden's at war with Aragon because Aragon wanted Siena. Aragon is most assuredly taking Siena. And yet again, Savoy's going, don't mind if I do, licking his lips. And the coalition against him is dead because what is AI aggressive expansion on very hard mode? It's a unicorn. Did I not count that? And my manpower is hurting pretty bad here. I'm going to be having a bunch of money to waste anyway, so why don't we look towards the barracks, where it'll give me the biggest... yeah, I do like the look of some of these places for barracks, but not all are that great. And Talif's produces dyes, so it's not really worth my time building it there. What's the next institution anyway? It's going to be global trade. Means I will most certainly want centers of trade and marketplaces on them if I haven't already. Are there any places that could have marketplaces where I have not already erected them? Kiev, of course, has one. Smolensk. Well, it has one, of course. I don't have a lot of marketplaces, do I? Or a lot of centers of trade. Probably gonna wish I'd taken Nizhny Novgorod. Talif's yet again insisting that they get the goodies here. Are you a center of trade? No, of course you're not. I mean, this land is, how you say... Why did I take this? Was there a good reason for me to take all this land? Guess I just wanted a little wedge of something to do, because we were short on that for sure. Okay, Brandenburg really wishing that they had their perks by now, because they are getting beasted by the Teutons. Here you go, Denmark. This might just help them move around. Okay, it's because Hungary's involved, of course. I somewhat think that Denmark didn't consider the repercussions of fighting the Teutons. And again, you know, if the Teutons are busy, who's going to protect poor dear Villainous? Jake Millcap. Aye. Aye. Capped we are. What an expense. I really have to shift my focus. I need a lot of dip going forward. It's incredibly cheap to get these techs as well, which is rather nice. What's the minus for trying to subjugate somebody in HRE? I can get a close idea of this. Lundberg is 17, Frisia is 16, so that's a reasonable idea. If I were to offer them vassalization, what are we looking at here? Ignoring the minus 1,000 and the neutral attitude and the distance, because those wouldn't happen. Oh, they're not part of the HRE. What a silly thing to look at. How about you? 75. Okay, well, I think we both know that's not happening. Okay, so I struggle to see the point of releasing miners here. Seems like a not very good thing to do, given the situation. However, taking land is also not particularly great, since, you know, everybody's going to hate me for having unlawful territory. And I should really think about disbanding the HRE at some point. It's just this land is so expensive. I wouldn't make too many people unhappy though. Brunswick, Pomerania, and they probably wouldn't be too mad shortly either. I would like Lubeck quite a lot. Coastal Centre of Trade, Lubeck Cantor, more religious zeal, but that's a given. I mean, I need it eventually, it's just a pain to chew my way into. You can always release money for yourself, Jake. Aye, it's a lot of money. I wonder if it's worth just getting a wee touch more through reparation. That is delicious. Oh, right. How nice of me looking after my subject here. There you go, Livonia. That's how nice I am. Sadly, there's still a whole bunch of people in this war, but you would give it up, so... Well, a lot of that war score does come from pounding at Lubeck. You could convert Lubeck, maybe, so Conquest there will be cheaper next time. Also for Splendor. Captain's Deed. Reinforced Defense. Masked Man. I mean, reinforced speed is a bit rubbish. I don't need fort defense at this current time. Do need manpower, but I mean, I hate spending tons of money like that, so I think we'll just take the nice young one for its fairly useless bonus. Frisia would not get involved because we're already in a war. Ragusa would have to die. I could well go to war with the Teutons and start feeding their land to... Okay, the Teutons have an army on par with mine, but I still do want to fight the Teutonic Order. You can basically sell off your Caucasian holdings one province at a time for some extra cash should you ever need more. Surely the Ottomans will always have plenty of cash to throw around. I wonder how much they would give me for some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm a little curious about that. I need to catch up in dip tech pretty bad. This unbalanced research is hurting. One of our amazing generals is dead, but he's not the one that was sieging. He's the one that still has some mill. I would like this quite a lot. I've really, I've really done some horrible things. But all these minuses are gonna last for some time unless I throw them over some land. Never been a fan of that event. The game is just here to cost me loads of prestige right now. Peace in Italy, Jake. Yeah, there's a piece of Italy here. And, yeah. Savoy's just on a rampage. And again, they just wonder what is aggressive expansion. Ottomans are gunning down Ethiopia. Ethiopia have done pretty well on their own so far, but their tech is utter rubbish, so too bad for them. Muscovy, desperate to have victory somewhere, have decided to fight the Uzbek. The Uzbek are only allied with Malwa, so I somehow think the Muscovites are going to dominate in this. Although I hope they end up picking a fight with Oirat after that, so that Ming goes and punches his face in. Right, that's the kind of guy I want. Low-level, disciplined man. Alright, once this province falls, and it won't take too long, peace in Lubeck. Piece of Livonian Order, and then I'm just going to crush the Teutonic Order, give a lot of land to Livonia, take Vilnius either for myself or for Livonia, then integrate Livonia. It's a pretty good plan. And then I will have my own window on the west. Ocel's a pretty good window, but there are better. And whilst I actually have sailors, I should be thinking, how can I build a whole lot more boats right now? Where'd I do it fastest around here? Cool. 16 out of 14. I'm not crazy, we're not going over our boat limit here. Lubeck, peasants, wish to rise up right about now. If I culturally enriched these lands, that core cost would go away, which is a bad idea because it's good that other people don't want this land off of me. Only took a couple of years, but Lubeck is 100% dog dirt. Taking their land, taking their most things. Jeez, 4,000 ducats. That's like 44 buildings. No, more than that, because I have about 30% cost reduction. That's a lot of buildings for me. Lots of inflation for me too, but do we look concerned about that? We are not. Thanks for the money, Lubeck. And none of it goes to the Ottomans this time. Jeez, it feels like I'm playing the release version, beating up people for money. Except back then, I don't think you got aggressive expansion for it. Not a aggressive expansion, I don't think you got inflation for it. So Livonia is beginning on that coring. I probably still have the war score that I need to take the rest of the stuff off of you. Muscovy's buying up Swedish troops to destroy Uzbek. Okay. Whatever you say. Not so keen on this, but they will be shortly. We can turn around and start beating up the Teutonic Order. I mean, I'm not saying I would ever need the Ottomans in this war, but there is no kill like overkill. No, well, it's a manpower loss I'm not particularly willing to give in to. And I have all these favors with nothing worth spending it on right now. Jeez, he's just throwing a scary amount of units down into Ethiopia. Which, I mean, I'm not scared of Teutonic Order. Famous last words are go. Well, that was nice having all those military access things given, but there you go. And whilst he's busy over there, we can take him on right here. Don't think I can fight him whilst I have units in his land, or at least non-exiled ones. He is, of course, paying for his forts, but they are outdated. Speaking of outdated, I lack a general. And unless I throw down a significant amount of estate land for the boyars, not about to get that. I mean, where could I even give them worth their while? Don't want to give them my decent land there, and there's not a lot of provinces. Well, I mean, I could give them Kiev. They would certainly be happy with Kiev. And Kiev's prime export is manpower. So as long as they're happy, we can certainly give them that. Yeah, you know what, there you go. Who really cares about the trade? I mean, it's in the Kiev node. We drink all that anyway. And that gives a lovely boost to the manpower as well, which I just adore. Love actually having some manpower for a change. But where's my real head at here? I'd love to start building manufactories since, you know, we are the Hansa and all. And we have access to most of them. Weapon manufactories being one of the top. So Moskva, of course, should have one. And this place, for some reason, is extremely good for that. Copper will decline soon enough, so it might not be worth my time putting it there, since I don't really trade. Oh no, Crimea goes to Kiev, which goes to Novgorod. It seems that the Ottomans aren't very good at drinking from Kiev, whereas I am extremely good at it. The moment he has a merchant to put there, he'll change that, but still, it travels well, so there we go. Is Savoy close to forming Sardinia Piedmont? not mistaken, they need Corsica for it. And they have no interest of taking it either, so there's that. Where else are we on the whole building thing? Textiles are good. Those dyes down there are also pretty amazing. But yeah, weapon manufacturing is awesome. Might as well reinvest this money in the best ways possible. This province is part of the Kiev node, so of course it flows right into us. Makes Novgorod rich, makes us rich. Is there anything else worth doing? Naval equipment is a waste except for salt, which we do have. And then, you know, this stuff is... You know, granted I get a decent amount out of Rostov. Why not? It's our capital city, it deserves only the best. Clothing development, you said this would be a perfect Hansa, Jake. That's quite the burn, Lucas, but we did still supply 8% of the Hanseatic demand for clothes. I was not a monster. There we go. This is what we're taking in this war, but the war isn't over. And I don't see a reason not to go crushing into the Teutonic Order right now, except for his very quite large army. Let's think forts here. He built a decent one over in Kongsberg. I could take Kaunan kind of easily. I mean, what's the harm? I have plenty of money. I can finally start thinking about murking up a fair bit, which is probably worth my time already. But I don't know. I like having tons of money. It's in my blood. What are these claims that you have anyway? I was expecting you to have claims around here, but you have claim on Braslaw, which is the most important one, so that's fine. And again, it's not HRE Imperial land either. Why did Hungary get involved in this war? It was the Danish Teutonic Order. Yeah, they attacked the Teutonic Order in the Danish conquest of Danzig. So what did Hungary do? Why are they involved? Yes, they're a great power, but they're the only great power involved here. I don't understand. Doesn't look like Denmark was warned by Hungary either. Is anybody considerably smarter than me and understand why? Is Hungary defender of the faith? Well, if they were, then they'd get involved when we fight them. And they've had the same queen for a long time. Also, can females be defender of the faith? I thought that was blocked. I understand Muscovy's still a great power. What a joke. Yeah, somehow. But they are grinding down development over in the... Actually, they're getting beaten back here. That's hilarious. Probably because they're just camping down in Hunkala. Oh, and I have them trapped. And they are not getting access out of that. Great 4 degrees. I'd love to fix up my ugly ass borders here, but that'll be done when the truce is up with you in 1602, 9 years from now. Still, the Teutons need to die. I think everybody can agree on that one. We'll march on Caen and just about everything else. And Ragusa will not stop us. It's probably a good idea to call in the Ottoman. And I can do that once this war is over. Well, let's just get it started for good fun. Braslaw first, though. Oh, that's right, I can call Ragusa in. Or rather, I can give Ragusan land to the Ottomans for good faith. And it's not like Ragusa and the Ottomans have a truce. No? Excellent. Yeah. However, I need a general for you. Also, Dr. Afdish the Inferior, you should try your metal. Wow, you're suddenly not rubbish. Funny how swiftly that changed. Get that fort taken down on the double, please. I remember seeing the Teutonic Order with a lot more men. That's probably them getting shattered into Hamburg right there. If I sortie, I might kill him. He has no morale whatsoever.